secret ones you thought that no one has seen but God has seen. Think about what Christ did on the cross. Think about your soul and how valuable your life is.
Religion is like more of a tool of control. So they use the fear factor of hell to control people, saying if you don't follow these rules, you're gonna go to hell. Meanwhile, they breaking all the rules, making all the money, and basically controlling the world.
Well, God's gonna get them. That's hypocrisy. God will get them on a judgment day.
That's what I'm saying. That's the meek shall inherit the earth. But meanwhile, y'all gonna struggle, but we're gonna live good now. But don't worry, we're gonna be punished in the afterlife that we have no proof of. See, I got a problem with that.
Well, your proof is your death. Death shows you that God is serious about sin. So will you please think about this? Think about my earnestness and how I care about you. Man, I don't want your money. I must send you to church. I'm saying, please, you don't know when you're going to die. It could be tonight, could be tomorrow. And this is your eternity.
It's okay that the Russians offered dirt on a Democratic candidate for president as part of what was described as the Russian government's effort to help the Trump campaign. You might think that's okay. My colleagues might think it's okay that when that was offered to the son of the president, who had a pivotal role in
The difference is that you have been accused of sexual assault. Do you agree that it is possible for men to both be friends with some women and treat other women badly? Did you watch Dr. Ford's testimony?
I did not. I plan to.
Thank you.
Around. It's not this bad in Canada or Europe or Japan or almost anywhere else in the world. And the president keeps telling us the virus is going to disappear. He keeps waiting for a miracle. Well, I have news for him. No miracle is coming.
Not the fault of their own. And again, families can't pay the rent, and they are resenting the fact that people were getting $600, which was helping to keep them out of poverty and make ends meet. They're not really ready to have a serious negotiation. However, we'll continue.
The free ride está over. So it looks like you'll be walking to work, assuming you have a job. Chances are you probably don't have a job. So why are you asking us for a ride? So, the solution to our economic problem isn't taxing the rich. It's
Broaden the tax base.
Ultimate money men, and they are men, the money men behind this, who are funding a lot of programs. So the attack, if that's the right word, against this mindset has to also consider the possibility that they have influence other than just political points. I would
on this beautiful channel of mine, I have today with me a special guest who I will allow to introduce himself in a moment, because as you all know, I don't believe that anyone can represent themselves better than themselves. So I'm on my laptop today to ensure more sufficient functionality of this stream. You know, we don't want any hiccups, because I've been getting hiccups from my desktop lately. So if things seem a little different, that's why. But with that being said, I have to lay out my framework before we start. I want my moderators to do what they always do. Censor anybody that's actually being ignorant or anybody that actually needs to be censored in the chat. I've been doing this for 5 years now. My template stays the same. If you're an asshole, you will be blocked. I don't have a problem with people disagreeing with me. I don't have a problem with people disagreeing with my guests. I respect freedom of speech on this channel, but I do not respect or tolerate disrespect. So I want my moderators to do as I do with anybody who comes on my channel as a guest. If you hear from me or if you hear from my guests, you will be respectful. I maintain respect on both sides. So I want to come out the gate, saying that. For two, I want to say this will not be in the normality that you all are used to. We're going to be having a discussion, versus a debate on this channel. And that has been understood and agreed upon by me and my guests. And so you know, that's just going to be the template. I don't want you guys looking for a timer and 15 minutes to be stopped, because that's not the template. We're going to simply have a discussion in regards to the validity of Judaism. I believe I wrote it all out. So before I allow my guest to introduce himself, I want to first say I appreciate you for coming on and being willing to have this dialogue. And I want everybody to take from this what I say to take from any of my conversations that I have with anybody from outside of, you know, my particular train of thought or community. You don't have to agree with each other to respect each other and to interact with each other in a positive manner. Okay. So if aliens came down here, I guarantee we would not agree with their culture, most likely, but that don't mean we can't positively benefit from one another's interaction. So I do these discourses to not only attempt to expand people's trains of thought, but to show that we can totally disagree on everything and still not battle with each other if it's not necessary. And so once again, I give you a lot of appreciation and respect for coming on my platform, and you can go ahead and introduce yourself at this time.
What's up, brother? I call you brother because we're both from Adam and Eve. In my opinion, we're all brothers and sisters on this planet. And I'm, what can I say about myself? My name's Daniel. I became a rabbi about 9 years ago. I didn't grow up super religious, but I kind of found a spiritual calling after getting into my own bit of trouble in high school, like we all do, and kind of finding my path. And I ended up in Jerusalem. I studied for about 5-6 years, Torah all day in depth. Learned Hebrew, didn't think I would. Learned Hebrew, learned Yiddish, learned all that stuff. My parents are they're both from Africa, actually. My dad's from the southern area. My mom's from the northern area, from Algeria. And they met on a blind date in Israel. So there's hope for all of us to find our soulmates. Don't give up hope, anybody. You can meet someone anywhere. And grew up in Southern California, and that's where you find me today. Pleasure to be on here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Beautiful introduction. And without further ado, we just want to begin this discussion. I believe that you have, I'm gonna say, a premise, for lack of better terminology, a premise that you would like to dispense to the public for them to absorb. And right now I'm gonna give you the time to do so. I'm assuming that you won't go crazy long, so I don't plan on stopping you, and you can go until you're finished.
Thank you, man. I'm going to try and condense 4,000 years